Alright guys, this is episode 4, or stage 4 of Ganryu, and I decided to, oh boy, this attack is brutal. I decided to show you guys this stage because there's more platforming in it, and I think this is where the game really was starting to kind of hit its groove. But even having said that, it's still not great. You can kind of see me swinging from pole to pole here. And then there'll be a little bit of a vertical challenge and some other stuff happening. But yeah, I just thought that this stage was probably the best to kind of show off what this game was capable of. And you're seeing I'm getting my ass kicked right now. This power-up, it kind of sucks. I really just want my sword back. And yeah, I should not have picked this up. I think the game thought it would be useful for you because of all the scaling that you have to do. In reality, I just don't even want it. And that, unfortunately, see, and then I just got picked off there by a projectile. Yeah, so you know there's probably something wrong with your game if your special attack is something that people don't even want to play with. It's just far easier to time things and maneuver about with your act. Oh man, and the respawns. Oof. Hope that's energy. Of course not. There we go, there's some energy. So, yeah, so here's a little bit more using the chain attack. I can use the wall jump here to kind of scale back up here and then get shot by an arrow and plummet completely to my death. And just for that, I'm going to put in ass, and it won't let me. It's going to change that to a T. Censorship. Not cool, Ganryu. Alright, so the good news is I start this stage back out without having to, have that shield. Yeah, it's not a hard game. It's just I don't know. There's just something with the controls that are too loose, and not in a good way. My energy back. Again, I can swing pole to pole here. Or I could have, had I... Oh! You gotta be kidding me. So again, I can kind of climb walls with this. You'll see a little bit more platforming here. Kind of... Oh boy, man, and somebody just fell from the ceiling, so I can kind of do one of these where it's very Ninja Gaiden-esque. But it's never used to a point where it feels like more than an afterthought of including this into the game, which is really unfortunate. Like, the levels themselves don't feel as though they were designed with all of this in mind. Here's just a leap of faith I've got to take. And again, here's another stupid, like I can't even attack that guy because this is gonna, it's just terrible. These special weapons are brutal. Like I don't want that. Like, look at how terrible this is. So again, I'm just probably gonna waste them so I can get my sword back. And then this is cool. This is kind of like a demolished fortress, or I don't know what it is, but you're kind of scaling, and the artwork's not too terrible here. You know, I certainly have seen better, and on Neo I would hope that this would be a little bit more polished, but it's not, and so it just kind of is what it is. But yeah, there's a clock. That adds to the timer at the top, which quite honestly has never been a problem. I guess, oh boy, I guess if I really wanted to take the time to go through and explore every level in detail, that might factor in. but I don't know. I've never run out of time playing a certain stage on this. So you can see how quickly I move through that stage, and it's already over. And so there's this boss, one more very small stage after this, the final boss, and then the game's over. And as I mentioned, that was the pinnacle of kind of the platforming in this game, which is really unfortunate. This guy, I think I should, duck that fist when it comes through. I don't know if I'll be able to beat this on one try or not. It's not going to be good. Oof! Scorched my ass. I was doing pretty well there. I'm going to try to put ass in one more time. Ah. Damn you, Ganryu. This is another annoying thing about the game. It makes you, like, watch this. This little piece of the final level, I have to walk to trigger the boss again. Like, why? Why can't I just start with the boss? Seems silly. But this guy, all things considered, is pretty easy. There, his fist comes flying across. You want to make sure you duck when he does that. When those projectiles come down from the ceiling, you don't want to chase, so just stay where you are. And then when that last one drops, you can slide across. The slide comes in handy a lot in this game, especially on the final bosses. There's a good opportunity to use it. That thing. Now I can go back over here, hopefully wedge in the corner, and not too terrible. Really easy actually, and honestly, it's a little disappointing in some ways. Fuck. Ah, boy, I didn't want to trigger that when he was in the middle. Now I'm off schedule here with projectiles. Now I gotta get back over here. Don't chase. Now go. Don't chase. And that's it. So, I mean, you could probably figure that pattern out in about 5-10 minutes at the most. Again, the game's not very difficult. And now that he's defeated, that's the end of stage 4. Stage 5 is really short. The last stage is really just you working your way up vertically, and it's essentially the final boss fight. The only cheesy thing is being able to scroll up without landing on someone that you can't actually see. There is a power-up at the top here that will give me my life back before going into the final stretch. Thanks, bird. Alright, final boss. This isn't too terribly difficult. Come in and duck. He's going to throw some fire down. I should be in a safe zone. I'm going to do the same thing. See, his hand kind of signals what he's going to do. That red fire, oh, now it's blue, so now there's that blue wave of fire coming from behind. Now he's going to throw those things. That's a little bit more difficult to dodge, as you can tell. I don't have a great strategy for those. There's this thing, which isn't too bad. We'll just time it, the slide when it comes back down. There's the fire coming down again. I think we got this. This should be easily doable. Yeah, there it goes. I got more than half of my life left, but yeah, that's a final boss. It really doesn't, I mean, there's just some very basic patterns to remember, and he signals what he's going to do. The only thing that might be different is the blue flame that either comes out in front of you or it comes from behind, but nothing too terribly tricky. And yeah, that's Ganryu, finished and beaten. It's a relatively short game. Overall, it's probably slightly below average as far as a fun factor and gameplay standpoint goes. I mean, it's okay. It just feels like it needs to be tightened up a little bit. But yeah, that's it for today. As always, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you all next time. Later, guys.